But again, it's not just one thing. You can't put your finger on why Dallas is 6-7. And I know everybody's saying it's the coach. Is it the coach's fault that Olawale ran the wrong route? Is it the coach's fault that Brett Maher's still on the team? Maybe. Is he the one telling Jerry, just stick with me here, man? But nobody loses their position. If it's such a deep roster, why isn't the second stringer getting a shot for somebody? Why isn't the third stringer getting a shot for the second stringer? It seems like it's just, let's keep running it back and hope that it gets better. Which is the general manager's decision. He's a big boy. He's got a bust in Canton. I have no answers. You want to call if I had to put something on it, the line isn't the same up front. I'll always, when you're wondering what is it, usually the offensive line isn't as good. And for some reason, Zeke, he gets 2 touchdowns and 80 some odd yards rushing, and you're thinking he's still not getting going. And then there's a drop ball here, and then the defense lets Cordero Patterson make a move there, and then there's a 3-and-out here because Dak gets flushed out of the pocket so fast, and then Trubisky runs it in the end zone, and then they get the ball back and they score a touchdown, and then the defense gives it up, and that's how you're 6-7. And then suddenly it's like, Jason Garrett, it's your fault. Let's see if Urban can fix it. That's what my colleague Jane Slater is reporting, that they love Urban. They love Lincoln Riley. And Tony Elliott, the offensive coordinator for Clemson. But anybody out there that thinks Jason Garrett should be fired today, then what are you going to hand it to? Who are you going to hand it to? Kellen Moore looks like he was bar mitzvahed yesterday. Who are you going to hand it to? Rod Marinelli, who has an 0-16 on his resume as a coach of the Lions. I know he's been around there. Chris Richard, whose defense let Mitch Trubisky be the hot knife to his butter.
And that was Aikman's point on the broadcast yesterday. None of these assistant coaches have deemed themselves worthy of getting an interim spot for the last 3 weeks.
And the players are barking at each other right now.
Yeah, Witten was hot during the game.
Witten was hot. Jalen Smith is flipping his water in the air. You seeing Dak saying stuff. And then they cut to, and I love the guy. I really do. And when a manager in baseball or a coach in baseball is expressionless and they're winning, you know what they are? They're stoic. They're stoic. They're an even hand on the steering wheel. That's what they are. You know what they are? They're strategizing. When they have basically no emotion, they are a steady hand on the wheel when you're winning. When you're losing, what you are is just a sack of potatoes. That's what you are. You're just standing out there and you're not. He wasn't even clapping.
That's how you know it's bad.
I know. Every time they kept looking at him, it looked like he was swallowing his own vomit. Is really the only way I could call it. The body language is terrible. They're barking at each other. And yet, they are a half game in first place. So, here come the Rams next week. And then they're at Philadelphia. And then Dallas finishes up home for Washington. Win those 3, they're 9-7, and they win the division. It's that simple. Win 2 of the 3, with one of them having to be Week 16 at Philadelphia, they win the division. It's that simple. And then Jason Garrett, the only way that he is the coach of the Dallas Cowboys the day after their last game of the year is if he is pulling confetti out of his red hair in Miami, Florida, the first Monday of February. After a, what would you say, Steve Fisher, Michigan-like run, where nobody expects you to do it, and because you did it, that's the only reason why you got to keep your job.
Yeah, I think so.
Holy crap.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.